Excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. Death penalty. Is it cruel and unusual? The Eighth Amendment protects American citizens from cruel and unusual punishment, defending citizens from punishments disproportionate to the crime. The authors of the Bill of Rights included this amendment because they strove to institute fairness in the justice system and prevent the government from abusing its power. The court has had to consider new issues of mental health illnesses, such as in the case of Ford v. Rainway, and racial discrimination evident in McCleskey v. Kemp, which argued that black defendants were persecuted at a much higher rate. In Furman v. Georgia in 1971, Furman was burglarizing a home when his gun accidentally went off and killed a resident of the home. He was convicted of murder and then sentenced to death. This case asked the question, does the death penalty in cases of accidental murder constitute cruel and unusual punishment? The court ruled that the death penalty in this case did violate the Eighth Amendment because of the arbitrary nature of the death. In Atkins v. Virginia 2002, Atkins was sentenced to death, despite the argument that he was mildly mentally disabled. This case asked, is the execution of mentally challenged persons prohibited by the Eighth Amendment? The court held that the executions of mentally disabled criminals are cruel and unusual punishments, thus creating the standard that any mental capacity issues makes the death penalty violate the Eighth Amendment. We learned that the qualifications of the death penalty underneath the Eighth Amendment are constantly evolving, where conditions such as mental degradation and the crime committed are heavily influential. Because the Eighth Amendment covers many facets of criminal proceedings, such as bail and fines, we learned how it protects against cruel and unusual punishment in a broad sense, striving to ensure that citizens have the opportunity for fairness and proportionality.